She has lived her life out of orders, found her happy ending that we do Ask Riley on the show. You send a DM. Eric asks on your behalf. Riley answers. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
Today's question, sir.
Hey, Riley. They put an exclamation point. Why not? I was wondering if I could pick your brain for some relationship advice. Just like you, I've only been married for about 6 months. My husband and I have always been joined at the hip since we met. But now that we are married, I find myself more and more wanting time for myself. Not like a wild girl's a night out or anything, but just like an hour to decompress when I come home, or a Saturday afternoon to get lunch by myself. I just don't know how to go about starting this without him thinking there's something fishy going on, or have him feel rejected. My man.
Oh, I get that. So it's like you guys, Marshall and I were like that too. You know, we got engaged after 6 months. Like, all stop. We've only been together for like 3 years. So you would think you'd still want to be like stuck to each other, but then you get married and it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. Maybe I do miss that little Saturday afternoon lunch just to myself. Yeah. I think that is very super important to do, but I also think it's good that you're asking, how do I go about this? Because if you all of a sudden are just like, I'm out for 4 hours on a Saturday afternoon. It's like, well, wait a minute, what? We're supposed to still be in this like honeymoon phase. We just got married or whatever. I mean, I think it's just like everything else in relationships and marriage that you got to sit down and have the conversation before you do it, obviously. Like my biggest crux is when I come in the door, if there's anybody home, nobody talk to me for 30 minutes. Please, I just want to sit down. I just want to decompress. And Marshall sometimes takes that as just like, are you mad at me? And I'm like, no, I literally just want to be left alone for 30 minutes. I want to go sit on my bed and stare at the wall just for a tad. But I think that's healthy. I definitely think you're going to enjoy your time more together if you learn how to enjoy your time apart more often. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's going to be a lot more wrong down the road if you guys are still stuck joined at the hip together all of the time. Because you're going to get sick of each other very quickly.
It's almost like you have to introduce it now, I feel like, to make it easier down the line.
Absolutely. And then maybe suggest for him, too. That could be a great way to do it. Be like, hey, babe, you know, like, I know you wanted to go to the shooting range with your friend, so I set up an appointment for you while I go get my nails done. So that way it's a little bit softer of a blow versus, yeah, I'm done with you for today. I'm going to go get my lunch on by myself.
What's the last thing Marshall did for himself? Why wasn't it with me?
Okay, well, he did the smoking of the meats with his best friend, and I think you were invited, were you not?
No, I invited myself over, but then that was a different story entirely.
I really hate to say this, but when it comes to Marshall, you know that you're always invited over.
I mean, I appreciate
that. But you
that.
want the very special invite. You want the gilded invitation that you're going to lose anyway.
No, I just want a simple text. Little SMS text message.
You want the plane with the letters and everything.
What? You want the grandiose proposal.
I want me by the ball.
Yes, you do. You want the glass slipper on a pillow for sure.
But he also wants the microphone too, Riley.
The bedazzled microphone at that.
I want to share my gift with the world.
Or righty.
And with the guests
or just
attendance.
Marshall.
Well, there is that. I think that's good. I think it's important to have like me time, especially in the beginning of a relationship.
Yes.
If you have a question for Ask Riley, you can DM her at Riley Couture. It's your morning show.